Every morning the world starts quietly, one soft light at a time. Homes flicker awake, shops open. People take those first small steps into a brand new day. And in all of that ordinary movement, there's something kind of extraordinary. A moment worth noticing, a spark you feel before you even name it. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's small, but kindness shows up right on time. And every morning we choose to show up with you so we can look for that spark together.
Good morning. I'm Matt Roof, the Uncommon Kindness Guy, and this is Kindness Rising. Let's rise together.
Good morning, friends. And we are continuing our conversation. Welcome to Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Eastern. We come here every day to wake up with a little hope, humanity, and heart. And today we are continuing our conversation about outrage versus serenity. Yesterday we unpacked this idea that outrage is fast and serenity is strategic. Outrage reacts and serenity responds. And today I want to continue that story because we ran out of time yesterday and there's more that deserves daylight. Welcome to Kindness Rising. Adam Holroyd, I am glad you are here with me this morning. Thank you so much. I hope you're staying warm. I don't know how far north the big storm that's coming is going to go, but it may catch you. We'll be talking about that a little later. And of course, Mike Sullivan, our West Coast ally from the San Diego area. Mike Sullivan, I appreciate you so much that you are here every day. And that is just amazing, just like I do as well. So welcome in, welcome all. Get involved in the chat, say hello, happy Friday, all that jazz. But let's continue our little conversation here about outrage and why outrage feels powerful in the moment, but it doesn't build anything for the future. Yesterday, we talked a little bit about the chemistry, the brain chemistry of outrage, and today we're going to get into economics. The economics of outrage, not necessarily the financial economics, although one might argue that is true too. But what does outrage steal from? There are three places where outrage steals from our lives. The first is attention, right? Just our pure attention, what's in our brains. Outrage hijacks your bandwidth. It makes it harder to think, to imagine, to plan, right? Maybe a quick burst of something, but to truly build something, outrage will not get you there. The next is relationships. Relationships get stolen from your outrage because it forces everything into binary choices, right? Absolutely. Is this person a friend or an enemy? Is it right or is it wrong? Am I part of the team or am I a target? That's what outrage does, as opposed to being open and nuanced and curious about things, to reach for common understanding together. Right? Absolutely, Sully. Absolutely. Thanks. Zero-sum binary. That's true. Absolutely. Don't. Yeah. I'm not going to say don't. I was like, I almost got preachy there for a second. It's not up to me. I know I choose to live my life with a little bit more nuance, a little bit more understanding that life is a blend of things, not separate. And that the truth of the matter is we all as humans, and this is my take, we all as humans contain it all. We all have the capacity for the same feelings, for the same thoughts or similar thoughts, capacity for compassion, for understanding, for curiosity, to seek balance. We all have that everywhere, everyone, right? So that's what we want to lean into. Those are the things that make us the same as humans. And then we bring our thoughts and our ideas and our feelings, those uh, to the table, and we share them. And we share them openly in a safe place, and that's what Kindness Rising is. And I hope we could create more safe places for people. It's essential to our humanity that we have that safety together, and knowing that there are places where we belong. All right. Went a little long there on the second one, relationships, but how about time horizon? Certainly, outrage steals from our time horizon. Absolutely. There's actually research that stress shortens our time, right? It's our time preferences, right? Or where we focus our energy. Stressed brains choose now over later. And so outrage serves the moment, but serenity serves the future. So when our brains are stressed, we can only think about what's right in front of our face. And if it's always right in front of our face, we're never looking out to the future. Thank you for joining me here on Kindness Rising. I'm Matt Roof. I come here every weekday, 7:38 a.m. That's at 7:38, but also at 7:30 a.m. to bring you a little bit of hope, a little bit of wake up with good thoughts, to rise above the noise, to find balance, to find curiosity, to find kindness through our actions in our lives. Lately, the past couple of weeks now, we've been focused on this text, or at least the concepts. I've read some text along the way, absolutely. James Allen, As a Man Thinketh. We'll do a little summary here in a little bit about those thoughts, about what it's about, but we've been focused lately on that final chapter, which is the serenity that comes when our thoughts lead us. Well, when we have our vision, and then we have our thoughts. Our thoughts take us to our actions, to find our actions, which then creates our identity in the world, right? And when that identity is known and true and centered, whatever it might be, that people in the world becomes a lot easier to deal with in life. And ultimately, that helps us to achieve that kind of serenity. Good morning, Roseanne Roof, mother. Glad to see you here at 7:38 a.m. All right. Yeah. So anyway, and that's what we talk about here on Kindness Rising. And we've talked about the fact that we have our six strings, right? That outrage breaks. The first string is kindness, all kindness and everything. When we're outraged, our kindness is instantly suspended. There's no capacity for kindness when there's outrage, for understanding that there's another human being on the other side of the table, and that we are more the same than we are different. Your balance becomes completely destabilized when you are so focused on one thing. You can't focus on just one thing and be outraged about it all the time. All the other aspects of life, all the facets of life that we are, become destabilized, they atrophy. So outrage totally disrupts balance. Curiosity is our third string, and outrage absolutely interrupts curiosity. It may feel like it's safe because it's certainty. If you're so certain about something, that feels safe, and I can latch onto that, and you're not. It makes you other, right? but curiosity, which allows us to grow, to innovate, to connect as human beings, that's not so certain. There's a risk in it. But that risk is what moves us forward. And of course, action. Action is another one of our strings. Action becomes impulse and sometimes regret from those actions, or recognition that those actions perhaps were not the most effective way to accomplish the vision. And it usually means action that takes away from, in my experience, action that takes away from somebody else versus adds to their life. That's how outrage interrupts that string, breaks that string. Self-awareness, self-awareness. The ego takes over entirely, right? There's no self-awareness in outrage. It's all about the self, but it's little self-awareness of how you what where yourself is and how you impact others. And lastly, growth. Outrage absolutely stops growth in its tracks dead. There is no way you can grow and develop and become if you're outraged all the time. That's how outrage breaks the six strings. Thanks, everybody. What's going on out there on a Friday as we talk about outrage? Lots of stuff going on. I'm going to bring some other things into the picture here. I'm going to give you an update, a live stream update, a couple of live stream updates, a couple of really important ones. One, first important update. Boom, boom, boom. Yesterday, last night, Jason Hewlett's show started on the Mornings in the Lab Network. It's not in the morning, it's at 5 p.m. But it's Jason Hewlett talking about a lot of F words, coming from Jason Hewlett. But those F words, family, faith, funny, I forgot there's a couple more. Not the typical F words. Jason Hewlett bringing his unique stylings to topics of the day on the Mornings in the Lab Network. Next week, or in 2 weeks, we're going to have Cheryl joining us, and she's going to be bringing joy. And yeah, it's Cheryl Whitaker. So it's amazing. The programs are growing. And I'm excited about that. So stick around with Mornings in the Lab and the Mornings in the Lab Network, starting with Kindness Rising, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday. Then get on over to Mornings in the Lab with Keith, John, and friends, and keep an eye out for the Jason Hewlett Show. Jason Hewlett, Hewlett. He's out there. Trust me. He's out there. He's actually a pretty funny guy. He's got some really good stuff, and smart. So that's what we like here on Mornings in the Lab Network. So that was one live stream update. What's really happening in the network. And we want people to join us, join our shows, get involved in the chat, say hello, introduce yourself, all those things. Get involved, jump from show to show. I love it. Sully, Holroyd, I know you both have spent time on other shows. Roseanne, you pick and choose your shows. Mom, I guarantee you're going to love Cheryl, and definitely check them out. Yeah, stick with us. We're building here. We're building something for sure, something positive, something that helps people rise above the noise, something that helps people express themselves in new ways and stand out amongst not old. My brain just went old for a second. Makes people stand out against all of the noise. That's basically what I'm saying. Anyway. Absolutely. Mike Sullivan. Did you have an eye on my script today? We talked about, I put my mug right down in front of my new camera. I got a new camera angle too, by the way. Maybe some have noticed. I'm trying lighting angles, little different things to maybe make the show, make things a little bit more entertaining, engaging, and I always love feedback when I make changes, and I get it. So bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Thank you. Whatever will help you to make this a better experience for you. Okay. So anyway, Sully, yeah, you're clearly like in my brain because the next thing I was moving into was the neuroscience, the survival mode that our brain goes into. Maybe you're inside my brain. I don't know. Anyway, our ability to have executive function, to think, to prioritize, to flex, to regulate our emotions, all make long-term decisions, right? That all comes um, that all comes online when our threat system goes offline. That's what I was trying to say. You got systems, right? You got your threat system online, your chill, calm system, right? And it's parts of your body. Cortisol, adrenaline, the amygdala, that's the machinery of survival. Our brains were developed to survive. And it really helps in the moment when you're under a threat, but it's terrible for the long haul. Terrible. Executive function, all that critical thinking, low threat, low cortisol, a little bit of space. Sounds to me like Serenity, right? Why Serenity isn't chill though, because Serenity doesn't necessarily mean that you just sit there and daze off into the space and you just I do that sometimes too, and sometimes that's important too because the thoughts come free flowing. But my point is, that's not what I mean when I talk about serenity. I'm talking about actually cognitive scaffolding. All the structures in your brain being ready to deliver wisdom, to feel the wisdom, to have impact, to protect the future, to push yourself to the future. And here's where the problem sits, I think, my opinion. I'd be interested in yours too. Right now, it feels like the world is trying to solve future problems in that brain mode, in that without the scaffolding for wisdom, right? Future problems being solved in survival mode does not sound like a recipe for success, depending on how you define success, because it certainly gets attention, certainly gets votes, it certainly gets uh, um, headlines, right? It can dominate the conversation. It does dominate. The headlines dominate the conversation. We know this, right? Every day, something new. Headline, headline, headline. It's easy to distract us with headlines. So remember that as we look into the media and the way that information is shared with us, for sure. Ultimately, that's my take. We got problems because we're trying to solve future problems in our survival brains. And that's why I am here trying to create a little serenity, to take a little perspective, to widen it back and look at possibility rather than trying to just survive in the moment. That's what we're doing here at Kindness Rising. One of the things we're doing. The other thing we're doing is waking up with a little coffee and talking about stuff that I like to talk about. That's what I'm going to move into right now. Well, it's happened. It started. It's very exciting that it started, in my opinion. Talked about this last week, maybe, or even earlier this week. I can't remember. But here we go. I'm about to try to share the actual update because it's so connected to what we do here at Mornings in the Lab. It's so connected to what we're talking about right now in terms of serenity and thought versus survival. Where did everybody go? Oh my gosh. Did y'all go away on me? Are you there? Oh, you're there. I'm just not here. I don't know what I'm doing. I got lost for a second there. I got too many windows open. Mhm. Okay. So anyway, this is kind of landing with a clunk because I'm trying to get here. Holy moly, that took a minute. Anyway, I'm talking about the Covey live stream. I talked about this last week again. Covey, inspirational artist in my life, creating an album, creating his art live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for the next month. And right now, it looks like he might be sleeping or something. I don't know. But there's not a whole lot of action on the screen, but you can see what's going on. He's got 5 cameras set up in the woods. People are interacting with him, even when he's not there. Um, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And I watched for a bit yesterday because it's just absolutely fascinating. And he's creating his album. He's writing the music, showing the actual creative process live for a month. It's amazing. And the music is phenomenal. And just watching how it's all pieced together. What an amazing opportunity for people to watch a process, regardless of whether you like the music, regardless of whether you like onions. You can see on Cam 5 there, the onions. That's a whole thing within the live stream. It's pretty funny. Uh, just a lot of fun out there, a lot of people connecting to each other through this. Pretty cool. And obviously, to me, it's just the definition of what we're creating here: serenity and connection, solitude and community, craft with transparency, right? He's showing his full vulnerability without spectacle. He's leading without hype. Like there's times when he's not actually creating and just connecting with the community and playing games and laughing and interacting and showing his stuff and talk. I mean, it's pretty incredible, right? But so what we're talking about here really is process leadership. He's showing us the process. That's pretty rare and it's risky, uh, but it's so human. And it's been inspiring for me, even in the one day that he's been doing. It's definitely not perfect, but it is honest. It's really honest. So I highly recommend, even just for the interest of the process, check it out. Check him out. At Kobe Sucks, SUX, which is obviously ironic. But yeah. Okay. Enough with Kobe, I think. The circus continues, right? When I do this, I'm just going to start going. That's funny. Hi, everybody. Yes. Yes, Mom. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are like writing the show for me now and stuff. Whatever. That's all right. That's all right. Absolutely. We're talking about the storm here. How can we not talk about this particular storm? Right? It's coming. It's coming, man. Heavy snow, ice, dangerous cold. The South, who are not necessarily in the US, prepared for this type of stuff all the time, uh, are are getting ready. Are getting ready. Absolutely. just talking about it this morning. We're getting ready here calmly. We have our preparations going on to make sure if there's power outages or if there's transportation issue or heat loss, we got it all. We are under control and we will be good. We will be good. We got plenty of rations, games, battery powered things. We're going to be all right. But here's what I want to talk about with regard to the storm, the Bazooka Circus. I don't think I know that, the Bazooka Circus. Fear and Loathing. Okay. Hunter S. Thompson. Yeah, I'm not familiar. I should. That's one of those. That's one of those ones. Oh gosh, I didn't realize this. It's one of those ones that I should be super familiar. Should be in my lexicon. Hadn't read it. Haven't seen it. Images are obviously iconic, but thanks, Sully. Maybe that'll be something I'll buckle down and see if I can watch. Absolutely. So we are talking about the winter storm coming and why it's important and what's important to us on Kindness Rising. And I'm going to say, it just reminds us to practice our kindness in motion. First of all, be kind to yourself, right? Practice some serenity in action, prepare calmly. We were just talking about going out to the grocery store tomorrow morning, and I'm like, can we go super early because I can't deal with the panic and the chaos. We're going to be okay, people. We've done this before, and we will do it again, and we'll prepare calmly, and we'll be together, and we'll have pictures, and we'll have memories, and I just want everybody to be safe. I want people to be kind to their families. You guys remember pandemic when we were all stuck inside with each other all the time? You know, we might have a couple more days of that, and sometimes tensions run high, but we want to just make some simple plans, have some ideas of what you might want to do if you got a family that you're trying to keep connected and going. If the lights go out, if whatever happens, make some simple plans. Have some things in your back pocket, maybe. All right. Definitely be kind to our neighbors. We try to do that. Check in, share the warmth, offer help. I've got a neighbor who's one of the most spectacular neighbors in the world in terms of snow. He actually loves snow blowing and he gets a kick out of helping people. So it's awesome. But we always repay that, and we'll do the same, right? Share the warmth, offer help, whatever you can do. And lastly, be kind to your community. Be kind to your community. It's kind of late now for this one, but I just saw a message that we're in another period of blood supplies being low. This happens up and down, right? Red Cross is asking for blood donations. And so maybe, I don't know, might be a last minute thing for you to do before you head out into the storm, because who knows what's going to happen. But yeah, severe weather has a way of kind of waking us up, stripping our life down to the essentials, and you can do that with serenity, with warmth, with connection, with preparation and empathy. Absolutely. Well, I can't believe we blew through a full half an hour here together. Roseanne, Sully, Cricket Outdoors, I didn't see you there. Welcome in. I'm glad you are here. And yeah, keep coming back. So just remember this: Serenity is your scaffolding, it's your future infrastructure. Outrage burns, Serenity builds. Reaction is all about survival, response is about wisdom. Outrage might win the moment, but Serenity wins the decades. So hang in there with your serenity, buckle down, get ready for the storm, support each other, be kind to yourself, be kind to your family, and as always, stay uncommon and stay kind.
Okay, Matt, we got the memo about the Kindness Rising promo, but what exactly are we promising people?
And is there craft services? Hey, I need snacks too.
Gentlemen, focus. Kindness Rising multiplies kindness
and helps people get up on the right side of the bed.
So wait, we're not doing another angry headline show.
Exactly. We rise above the negative divisive noise.
Translation, less rage bait, more high fives for humanity.
And this is live, like actually live.
Yep. We go live on YouTube and LinkedIn, 7:30 a.m. Eastern every weekday.
Wait, if it's live, what if I forget my lines?
Then you improvise.
Okay, so our tagline is basically wake up, tune in, and start your day with kindness.
Exactly. Kindness rising, good vibes, practical tips, and a reason to get up on the right side of the bed.
You heard the boss. Subscribe now before he makes us do a TikTok dance.
Kindness rising. Wake up, tune in, and let's make some good noise.